So this is my first video. My name is Megan. I am a registered nurse and I just love makeup, so I thought I'd start doing some videos. I'm doing this on my phone, so quality may not be the best. I've already moisturized my face with the Tatcha water cream, and I've already primed with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This is just a little sample from Sephora, and so far I really like it. I am going to be playing with the Tati Beauty palette today. I got it in a couple days ago and haven't had the chance to use it. For foundation, I'm going to use the Juvia's Place in Maricoa. Maybe. That may be right. So I'm going to take it on just a beauty sponge. This one is from Morphe. It's the Jeffree Star collaboration, but you can use any sponge you like. I like this one because it's a little bit denser, so it doesn't soak up foundation quite as much. But I also like the Real Techniques one and the actual Beauty Blender brand one. Those are both good. But to me, a beauty sponge is a beauty sponge. Whichever one you want to use, go for it. I'm just blending that all over my face. I know it looks a little white on camera, but I promise it matches me in person. I'm a pretty pale person. And once I bronze and everything, it'll look even better. Take it up on the ears. I also have a pretty bright light behind this camera, so that's probably washing it out quite a bit. If you hear whining in the background, it's my baby, it's my dog. Her name is Harley. Any of you dog people out there know that they like to be where you are. So I am just concealing. I like to take it on my chin, on the bridge of my nose, and just kind of on my forehead to kind of brighten and conceal any extra spots. My skin is actually not too bad right now. As far as breakouts and discoloration goes, I have been having some texture on my cheeks lately, but I think that's just from a new product I was using. I'm just taking my beauty sponge and blending that all in. My voice cracks. I think I'm starting to get a cold. It's about 34 degrees here in Arkansas, which is where I live. And it's been raining all day. Pouring down rain. I'm going to take my other side and just kind of make sure that that is all blended together with my foundation. I really like to make sure that it blends down my neck pretty good. I don't want any lines of demarcation right here. I used to be really bad about letting that not be blended very well. Alright, so for powder today, what do we want to use? I think I'm going to take this new Fenty powder. This is a kind of a travel size of it. I just got it yesterday during the VIB sale. I'm a rouge, which says that I spend way too much money at Sephora. And I'm going to take this brush, which is a Luxie tapered highlighter, but I use it for powder under my eyes. And just kind of powder where my concealer was. Most of the brushes I'll be using are by Morphe. I have tried probably every brand of brush, from Clinique, MAC, Marc Jacobs, Sigma, Elf. I just prefer the Morphe ones the best. I know that everybody and their mother does, but for the price, you can't really beat them. They compare to MAC pretty closely, in my opinion. And honestly, you have less bristles fall out from the Morphe ones. So this one is one from the Jeffree Star collection. The original Jeffree Star collection. It doesn't have the number on it, but it's just the like little tapered powder brush. I'm gonna use it all over my face. I am oily combo skin right now. I'm pretty oily. The longer it's colder around here, I will probably be more combo. I used to be, for the vast majority, oily, but since I've gotten older, I do get kind of combo-ish when it gets cold outside. So I'm just going to go in and do my brows real quick. I am using the Morphe brow pencil in hazelnut. Some days I use this, some days I use the Anastasia brow pencil. I'm a pencil person. I'm not really a powder or a gel person. It's just easiest for me. My brows have pretty good shape to them, so when it comes to doing them, I just kind of fill them in a little bit, because you can see down on the ends they are a little bit sparser than the rest of my brow. If you hear my belly growling, it's because I'm starving. We're about to go out to eat for my boyfriend's birthday. So then I just take the spoolie and I just kind of brush them up, make sure that there's not any harsh lines, then that it blends pretty well. I don't really use a brow gel to set them. I don't particularly like the way it feels on my eyes. I'm kind of particular about that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do my face next. I'm gonna go in with some contour and bronzer. I'm gonna use these Fenty bronzers. I have India Sun, which I'll be bronzing with, and then I have Shady Biz, which I'll be contouring with. This one in Shady Biz is just a little bit more cool toned, so I tend to contour with it. I so far really like these bronzers. I've been kind of using them for a little while now. So I just load up my brush and I find my cheekbone, which is usually about the tip of your ear, and that's where I go in to contour with. And I go all the way back on my ear just to make sure that it blends really well. And then up towards the tip of my mouth. So you can see that's kind of a harsh line, but we're going to blend it out here in just a second. And then I go do the same thing on the other side. And up on my ear just to make sure that it all blends. Towards the edge of my mouth. And it kind of, you can see, just kind of sucks you in a little bit. And I'm going to go on the edge of my nose a little bit. And then I'm going to take this Jeffree Star and Morphe JS1, which is actually a foundation brush, and I'm going to load it up with my bronzer. Tap it off a little bit, and then just kind of hit up here, bronze around my temples, my hairline. I've tried this brush with foundation and I don't particularly love it with foundation. It's just not dense enough for me as a foundation brush, but I absolutely love it with my bronzer. I don't know why, I just randomly tried it one day and it was heaven. So that's just what I use with my bronzer. You can hear my child, she's whining. She wants to go out. She's also barking. So I'm going down my neck, along my chin line. Alright, next I am going to take a blush brush, and I just got the Jeffree Star Morphe blush brushes yesterday at Ulta. My Ulta finally got them in. As I said, I live in kind of a small area, so it takes my Ulta pretty long time to get the good stuff in. Let's see, what blush do I want to do today? I want something kind of neutral-ish because I'm going to go in with a neutral eye. I'm going to take this Rockateur by Benefit blush. I really like it. It's pretty good, especially if you're kind of a beginner with makeup, because you can build it up. So you can go in with a heavy hand and it's not a lot. I kind of start on my cheeks right here, just on the apples, and then brush back. I know some people say you're supposed to do the most towards the back and then work up to your cheeks, but I don't particularly like that because blush, it takes a lot of blush to really show up on me. Alright, so that's what that looks like. I'm going kind of fast just because I'm kind of in a hurry, but I did want to kind of film this today just to see how it goes. Alright, so I'm going to get started on my eyes. I do highlighter last because I don't always know what highlighter I want to wear. It's one of my favorite parts of makeup, as I'm sure most of you have heard of several people say. So I'm going to take that Fenty powder again and kind of tap under my eyes just to create a barrier, since it is my first time using this Tati palette and I don't know how much fallout it's going to have. So that way, if it does, I can just kind of wipe it away. I don't have to worry about it messing up my base. I know some people do their eyes before they do their base. I don't like to do that. I have before, I just don't like it. So I like to put powder down first. So here's what she looks like. I was pretty excited when Tati came out with this. So I think I'm going to probably stick around in these neutrals areas. I probably won't go into this purple side much for today. I do love bright eyeshadow, so if you watch me, you will see me use a lot of bright eyeshadow. I wear bright eyeshadow to work. I do not care, even though I'm a nurse. So I'm going to go in on a big fluffy brush. This one again is from Morphe. It's the M504. I know this is in the Jaclyn Hill set. You can buy it at Ulta. You can buy it at any Morphe store. I know MAC has one very similar to it. I just like how fluffy it is. And I'm going to take the matte Aura shade down here and do it all over my eyes. It pretty much, you won't be able to see it because it blends pretty well with my skin color. Like I said, I'm fairly pale. Even in the summertime, I do not get a tan whatsoever. Okay, and then I'm going to go over to the next row, which is Soothe, and take that light brown matte color. Again, same brush. And I like to stamp it right on the corner of my eye to get that most of that color payoff right there. And then I will start blending it into the crease and on up. As you can see, this has just a little bit of fallout. Nothing too terribly bad. These are really pigmented though. Super pigmented, but they're blending really well. Alright, and then we'll go do the other eye. Tap off some of the excess. Again, I'm going to stamp right on the edge of my eye and just start blending into that crease. I just like the most color to be out on the outer edges. That just works best for my eye shape. And then just start blending up and in. And I'm not so much worried about if it gets on the lid or covering the lid, because we're going to go in with some shimmery shades here in a minute. And I'm going to go back into Aura, which is that first white shade, and just kind of make sure there's not any harsh lines. Blend that color out just a smidgen. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with another Jeffree Star brush. These are my favorite right now, so if you see me using a lot of them, it will change over the next couple of weeks, I'm sure, as they get dirty. These are just kind of my favorite ones. I like the shape of them. I like the feel of them. I like that they're pink. Pink is my favorite. So I'm taking the JS5, which is rounder on the top, but it's a natural hair brush. This one's already got some orange eyeshadow on it, but I'm using my little eyeshadow switch and swirling it around in there to get any extra color off. And then I'm gonna go into the color Story, the matte color, which is the orange one. And I'm just gonna kind of lightly tap in there, tap off any excess. Again, stamp on my outer corner, and then just start blending into the crease. And I'm not gonna take this very far above the crease. I'm gonna start right in the crease, and then I'll turn my brush sideways so that it'll get up just a little bit further, because then we're gonna put down another brown color. I'm a big fan of layering, especially mattes, to kind of give a very super blended ombre look. Stamp, and then into the crease. And you see me turn my brush there, and that just kind of takes it up a little ways. Sorry, she heard something. I live by train tracks, so she's always hearing something. And I'm just gonna sit here and kind of blend until I get those pretty even. Alright, so then I'm going to take this, what are you? JS05. This one's a little different. It's a little bit more pointed than the other JS05, if you can see that. And I'm gonna use my color switch, kind of get any excess color from the last time I used it off. And I'm going in with the matte Ritual, which is right next to the matte Story. And it's a dark brown. And again, I'm just tapping, and then I'm gonna keep this one right down low in the crease, focusing right out on the outer corner. I make funny faces when I do this. And then just start blending it into the inner when there's barely anything left on my brush. And I'm gonna kind of flick this out just to give me a blended smokiness. Tapping that again. For some reason, my right eye doesn't hold on to color and shadow as well as my left eye. I'm not sure why that is for some reason, but you can see this one's darker than this one is. So I'm gonna go in with just a little bit more right there on the outer edge. Just kind of fluff it out. All right, Then I'm going to go back to this brush, which was the first one I used, the M504. And I'm going to go back into Soothe, which was the second color we used, the matte color. And I'm just going to blend this all together. This is something I always do, is I go in with either the first or the second color, whichever one I used kind of as my transition shade, and I just go back over the top of everything just to make sure all of my colors kind of meld and blend together and there's not any harsh lines. All right, so now we're gonna play with some of the metallic colors. Let's see, what brush do I want to use? Use this guy. Pull out some Fix Plus here. I don't care who makes these metallics. I'm always going to use Fix Plus underneath to get it a little wet so it sticks better. So I'm going to go in with this metallic in the Soothe line, and I'm going to dip my brush in it, and I'm using an M124. I'm going to spray it with some Fix Plus, and then I'm going to start in the middle. Oh yeah, that's pretty. And I'm going to go on into the inner corner to my lash line. I'm just kind of meeting this with that dark brown shade that we used on the outer edge. And we're gonna go back and add some more of that so that it blends. Dipping back into the metallic Soothe. Coming off on your brush, these don't look like they're just like super pigmented. But when you put them on the eye, especially with some Fix Plus, they're pretty good. They're pretty gorgeous. And I'm gonna go over the top of this with the glitter also. Because how can I have this palette and not use those gorgeous glitters on top, right? All right, and then I'm gonna go into the metallic Aura, which is right next to it. Spray it with some Fix Plus. And I'm just gonna take that right on the inner corner. Just to kind of lighten and brighten right there. Okay, now I'm gonna get some glitter glue. Oh, nope, sure. I know that Tati has said that you could use these without glitter glue, but we're gonna give them a shot with glitter glue first. So I'm just gonna kind of put this right in the middle of my eyeball. This is the Anastasia glitter adhesive. I got it yesterday with a little 5-pack of glitters. And I'm going to take, the Soothe glitter. Look at that. And just tap it. Wow, that's pretty. I'm just tapping it kind of on the middle of my eye. All right, do that again, just on the other side. So doing this, I do have a little bit of fallout of that glitter, which is fine. That's why we put that powder down so we can wipe it away. Wow, that's so pretty. Super pretty. I'm in love with those. All right, so now I'm gonna take this same brush that we used with the dark brown earlier, the JS5, and just kind of add a little bit and blend the crease out a little bit, get rid of some of that glitter that went above, and to add some darkness. I was gonna do the black, which is Memory, on the outer corner, but I don't know that I'm gonna do that now. I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. I kind of like it. Yeah, that's pretty. I like that. So there's what she looks like. All right. So I'm gonna take my Luxie brush. Morphe makes one like this, but this one is for some reason just fluffier and I like it a lot better. And I'm just gonna wipe away my powder. This is also why I haven't done my highlight yet, because I knew I was gonna powder underneath and that would just cover up a highlighter. All right, let's go to the lower lash line. Brush I want to use. I'm gonna use this JS13, which is just a little pencil brush. And I'm gonna go in with Ritual the Matte again, which is that dark brown. And I'm just gonna look up and go on my lower lash line. I want this to be pretty blown out, so I'm not gonna be super precise with it. I'm gonna go back in here in just a minute with the Matte Soothe and blow it out some more. And I'm just connecting the bottom lash line with the upper lash line, just right there. I know this probably looks really weird on camera, me doing this, but I have my phone sitting right here and then my mirror is right behind it. Again, just kind of connecting. All right, so there's that. And then I'm gonna take a fluffier brush like this one. This is the Morphe 506, and go into the Matte Soothe, which is that light brown color. And I'm just gonna kind of blow that out. She heard something. Didn't figure she would stay quiet through this video. Apologies. She's about 80 pounds and a big baby. She sounds ferocious, I know, but she's not. All right, so that's all nice and blown out. Just wipe away any extra glitter. All right, so I'm not a fan of false lashes. I don't really use them, so I'm not gonna use them today. I'm just gonna curl my lashes. This is a Lily Lashes kind of glitter curler. I think I got it at TJ Maxx maybe. Any eyelash curler will work depending on your eye shape. I had one from Revlon and it was too flat. My eyeballs are too rounded apparently. Just curl my lashes. I start at the base and give it a couple pumps and then just kind of work my way out and give it pumps as I go. My favorite mascara for quite a bit of time now has been this IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I have repurchased and repurchased and repurchased it. I don't have just a whole lot of lashes to work with, which is probably not good when I don't like false lashes, especially if I'm gonna wear a really blown out glitter eye like today. But this one really makes me kind of look like I have more lashes than I do. So I do one layer and kind of let it dry. And then I'll go in and do another layer here in just a minute. Okay. And if you can tell, I definitely look like I have a lot more lashes than I've had to begin with. I have contacts in, so that's a big part of why I don't like wearing false lashes, because they mess with my eyes. I have yet to find a lash glue and a pair of lashes that just fit me perfectly and don't make my eyes water and hurt. Okay, I'm gonna put on some eyeliner. My favorite eyeliner is this Marc Jacobs one. It's the Highliner Gel Eye Crayon. It's black and it you don't have to sharpen it. And I put this in my upper waterline, half of it, and then I do my whole lower waterline. Now, if you have really small eyes, I wouldn't do this because it's going to make them look smaller. But I like the smoky effect that this gives my eyes. I have really chocolate brown eyes, so this kind of just makes them stand out a little bit more. And I'm going to let my mascara dry because I've got to do some cleanup. Trick number one, if you ever get mascara like I have up here or on your lower lid, wait for it to dry and then you can clean it up. While I'm waiting on that, let's go in with some highlighter. And I think I'm going to use this beauty today. I got it yesterday at Sephora, again during the sale. It's the new Marc Jacobs Omega Glaze All Over Foil Luminizer in 81 Showstopper. And I just think it's so pretty. I'm going to go in with this Jeffree Star JS4. It's just a highlighter brush. And just kind of swirl and hit the tops of my cheeks. And then top of my brow bone. Yeah, that's pretty. It's kind of subtle. It's more subtle than I thought it would be. We may have to go in with something else. I mean, it's pretty. You can still see it. It's just not as ba-bam as I want it. It's pretty. It's not my favorite. So we're gonna go in with this Anastasia loose highlighter in So Hollywood. Again, I got this yesterday, so I haven't used it. So I'm pulling the sticky off of it. Maybe. He didn't really want me getting into this guy. Here's my tweezers. I'm gonna take these tweezers. There we go. All right. Put that lid on. Get a little bit out. Tap it. I'm gonna go out of the lid. Oh yeah, that's better. I'm a sucker for a good highlight. That's pretty. Alright. So, I'm gonna take some Q-tips, if I can get them out of my cabinets, and clean up this mascara. Better. All right, and then I'm gonna set my face, and I'm gonna use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I'm gonna use the black one. I have the pink one from Jeffree Star, but for some reason the nozzle on mine doesn't spray quite as well as the black one. I'm gonna kind of just fan. I'm gonna use my mirror, my Jeffree Star mirror. So I'm gonna put on a little bit of this Ciate Hydrating Primer. And just kind of rub that in. I have really dry, cracked lips, especially right now. Oh, I'm gonna get some nude liner. And I'm gonna use this Anastasia, get this out of my hair, liquid lip that I got. It came in a set of 4 lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, nude liquid lipstick, and then a lip gloss. And I'm gonna use On Mute. And I'm just gonna line my lips. I start in the middle, go over the Cupid's bow, over the Cupid's bow. And then I kind of meet up. And then I just make sure that my liquid lip is good and mixed and shaken. I love these holiday liquid lips because they got this pretty white cap. And I'm just gonna go tap that in the middle, tap that in the middle, and then I'll trace my lips. I love these Anastasia liquid lips because they're pigmented and they don't feel like you have just a lot on your lips. And they don't flake. They don't get super drying because, like I said, I have super dry lips, even in the summer. So, all right, so that's what it looks like. I'm loving the Tati glitters. Super pretty. I'm gonna finish getting ready to go out with my boyfriend and his friends and his family for his birthday. He's 29 today. Happy birthday. And then that's about it for tonight. So if you guys liked this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I plan on doing some more of these even if I don't have any subscribers. But if you like me and like hanging around, go ahead and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.